Why don't I slowly get started, I guess, then, while we're doing that. So, what I have to share, we kind of, Alfred and I didn't talk much about it. I said, okay, let's see what we can put together. So, but I have to share basically a couple of resources, okay? The first one, I want to first of all give a lot of kudos and thanks to Cliff, because there's a blue book of plattles that has been around for a long time.
Yeah, Alfred has it.
And I was not able to get it. I talked to the Gauverband Nordamerika. I'm looking for this blue book. And yeah. So I'm like, well, you know, I saw you with it. I saw you with it, and it's like, you know, where can I find this plattle book? It's like, nope.
I just stuck it in the computer and zoomed in.
And so Cliff was very, very kind. He actually scanned that book for me, which we all know, this is recording, so be careful. It's a terrible copyright violation.
I didn't do it.
But what the result was basically a PDF version in Adobe Acrobat format of this blue book what I did is I scanned everything into one document, and it basically is a resource. Let me open things up here and share it with you. Now I happen to be running a Windows 8 tablet, but it doesn't really matter. But basically what this is this blue book now, and I basically scanned the table of contents, and everything came with it, and all the plattles are right in here. So if I want one, because I can usually pick up the music relatively quickly, if I want to be able to look at it, I can pull it on this tablet and I have it relatively quickly. Just roll it down. But what's nice about these, they're relatively small, they don't take up a lot of space. But what Jürgen just mentioned, there's actually a tool, you want to talk about the Bluetooth tool that you use to advance something like that? Because I heard about it, but I'm not sure kind of how that works. So what does that do?
It's not complicated at all. So use Bluetooth technology.
Okay.
And it's the pedal. So when you turn it on, it'll pair to your tablet, and that's it. So when you have your application, there's one pedal to go up and down.
Oh, that's so cool. So do you buy it at a music store, or do you buy it?
Where did I? No.
Okay.
Oh, I bought it online.
Okay. Because of course, sometimes when you're playing, I mean, especially as an accordion player,
don't
you don't
have an extra hand.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't have a way to advance it, right? So something like a foot pedal would actually be a really good idea. Again, because these are relatively small, so this one's not really a big deal.
It's a page turner, right?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Exactly.
So for this one, this actually works out really well. So that way, you know, so I was able to come down here this time and says, okay, we're going to play this platter. Okay, so last time I kind of had to cheat over people's backs. At this point in time, I was like, okay, you know what key, just making sure, and it's right here. So this is a little resource. If anybody wants this PDF, I'm going to give out my email address at the end. Be happy to distribute it. And you've got the pedal. Take a look.
I want to let you know that they do have out an 8.5 by 11 tablet.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm aware.
With a foot pedal.
Oh, there is a foot pedal that goes with it.
You put all the music in it.
Yeah.
And I've seen this in different places like churches and things where the music is there and they're playing along and they just put pedal on page 2.
Gotcha. Right.
I don't know if you can back up. Maybe you can.
Well, this one you can.
Can you back up too?
No, it's through AirTurn, so you just go to airturn.com.
Airturn.com.
But
Okay.
they have a new one. It's more streamlined. It's only $69. That's pretty cheap.
That's a good deal.
This was over $100. You go to your settings.
Is there any way of going to, like you're in the A's, but you know you want to do something that starts with an S to go quickly to that?
With a battery?
You mean for this one right here? I'm trying to remember if I enabled and I did not. If I enabled
has sort of an indexing.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. I haven't done it on here. I'm trying to click on things, so no. I have the index is here. It tells you which page number, and then actually you can use the Adobe option right here to go to that page. So you can do it with actually I think it's fine, and I think it's just the page number. So let's I don't know. Let me try.
You don't know what page it's on though.
Actually, it tells you at the beginning. So if you look at the
alphabetically, you can look it up.
Yeah, actually, let's see here. There is a way to go, and I can't find it right now. More 2 pages, 1 page. But there is a way to go with the Adobe tool to go to the proper page. But you're right. You know what? Maybe I will do that in due time, and I will send an update. Basically, take all these, take the index and enable it as a hyperlink to the actual proper. That way, you just go on the top, and then you can easily get to it. Yeah. Actually, I thought I might have done that, but apparently I did not. So it's not. It doesn't have that available. Oh, so right up here, you click on top, and you put the page number in, and it'll actually do this for us. So if we want to go to page 45, for example, press enter, and hang on. 45. Oh, it doesn't have 45 pages. Never mind. 20.
It goes to number, right?
Enter, and there it goes. There it goes. It goes to page 20. So that's the way. That's the way you would do it at that point in time. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. The idea of just clicking on a hyperlink will probably be an improvement to that. I can do that.
Yeah.
So I can send that out. So you said no, the battery had gone out.
That's a good thing I checked.
Okay.
I sort of needed it tonight. So. But it charges really fast, so like within 10, 15 minutes.
And how long is usually good for the charge?
Days.
Okay. Okay, so it's just for quite some time.
But the newer one, it's very streamlined, it's flat, and it's a lot less expensive as well.
Yeah, 69 is not bad at all. So yeah.
Yeah, for reasonable, yeah.
Yeah. Compared to the cost of an extra hand.
And the operation too.
For me, it comes in handy because I need both hands all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Not like you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So okay, and if you got a little bit bigger now, is that an Android or it's an iPad Mini, right?
This is the first one.
First one, okay, all right.
All right, no, this is iPad 2 actually.
Okay. So what was the name of the company again? AirTurn. Okay. That sounds logical. So that's a good. You know, I know I can get use out of that because I'm carrying the big book, which I probably would still carry with me because in case you run into battery issues and things like that, it's still handy to have. But for an event like this, where you can basically just this is all the stuff that's in that book, that's handy.
Right. One that has bigger notes.
Well, actually, this works for me because I'm a little less old than you are, Cliff. But so, but you're right. For that, I was in between buying a bigger tablet and buying just one of these. But you can buy. I mean, without a whole lot of power, because you don't need power. But you can get like a 13-inch tablet for a couple $100. A cheap one, and for that, it should probably be not bad. So here's the other resource. So this is one, and again, just let me know. I'd be happy to share it. The other resource is a Google Drive. Go ahead.
What I should tell you also with the foot pedal, if you have several musicians and you'll have tablets,
Ooh.
It turns everyone's page.
you can turn everybody's page. Yeah. It depends on the software you use.
Okay.
But you can also check that out. I use OnSong for all the lyrics.
Okay.
But then there's a couple other applications too. Now I haven't been in a situation where I've applied that, but I know it's available.
Okay.
So if you're conducting something, that could be very handy.
There you go. Yeah.
Unless the trumpet part and the violin part don't change the page at the same time.
Or if it's a combo or something, and still nobody's really conducting.
Yeah.
But you're all flipping pages at the same time. You have one.
You can have one person doing that. Do any of your other band members use it? Have you had any channel conflicts or anything like that, where like you are unintentionally flipping other people's pages?
No, because there's with any Bluetooth, you have to pair it to the device.
Okay.
Right. So.
Okay.
So you don't crosstalk to somebody else.
Well, unless you want to.
Okay.
But if you are sharing it across, then you whatever the setup is, I would imagine that you pair the
With
same
multiple
devices, multiple devices.
Okay. Good. So that's a good one. So $69, that's not bad at all. So AirTurn.
Now it's going to depend also on the type of device you have. So just go to it is just airturn.com
Okay.
to go to. So you just go under products and see what kind of toy you have. And
Yeah.
or,
Yeah. I like the tagline is the page turner for people who hate to squint. So that's so that's
Well,
good.
if I could get all the music on a page that's big enough that I can read.
Yes. No, I hear you.
And also you want to be able to include on the page enough so that if you have repeats, you don't turn the page too soon.
Yeah.
See, because you have repeats and things like that.
Right.
But I would put all the music on
would
one
be
of
a-
these and
yeah.
I could get rid of all the books.
Right.
That would be an interesting
Because I got so many music books.
modification you could do if you wanted to just patch everything together for the entire dance the way
they dance it.
the sequence is,
That's
so
right.
that you don't have to
don't have to turn
keep
the page.
going back up to, you know, or beginning, or remember how many times you've done it. You can just read
Just
the
go through it straight.
Yeah. And that, of course, I guess leads us to the next topic, because the other thing that our group has done, so let me tell you about the item utensil. I'm one of, actually, it's 2 accordion players. Our young accordion player just moved to the Bay Area, he's got an engineering job. So, but we have an 8-piece band. So with us, we have 2 accordions, woodwinds, we've got a guy who dubs on sax and clarinet, we have a drummer, we have trumpet, we have a bass, a tuba, and a baritone. So it's a pretty good band, and you know, we have tons of fun, we sound good. But of course, with that comes the need to arrange music, with that comes the need of, because we pick up new things, actually at events like this, we pick up new dances all the time. So, and they typically don't come arranged, so I'm a pretty decent arranger, nowhere super, but good enough to make everybody sound good. And of course, to do that these days, you use a MIDI program. We happen to use something called Music Time, which is not a terribly sophisticated program, but everything that we have was in that format. And so I switched from print music, which is the little brother of Finale, over to Music Time.
Did you ever try the note flight?
I have not.
Because that's what.
Is that what Fritz uses? Yeah. I mean, the common denominator is MIDI, so you can kind of get things back and forth. But what's nice about that is you can arrange it in such a way that the page turning is made easy. And that's something that when I design things, putting it together, I always look at it has to fit into 2 pages, no matter what it is.
We're getting a small group together also. We have a clarinet player and Fritz playing the baritone.
Yeah, okay.
And maybe a trumpet player, and other guys can come in. And so we're getting a little group going like that.
Okay.
He uses note flight.
Okay.
To get the music together.
So this may help you then. So
Yeah.
this is a Google Drive, and that's something that I have set up. It's actually part of my personal Google Drive, but what it is all the different platlers and music that we do in MIDI and PDF format for people to download for a group. We do stick with accordions as playing the melody in most cases, because if it's only 1 or 2 of us, we may have to do that.
Yeah.
But then we do enhance by sharing melody with other instruments, and then so that's how the arrangements are done.
And we're switching off, like the clarinet player will take a lead and the melody, and the
Yep.
accordion player will just do it, that, you know, some rhythms. And then we switch back, I'm playing the melody and they listen.
Okay, so that would be kind of same arrangement as we do. And let me just pick on, I'm just going to pick Gauverband here. So for Gauverband, we have a separate folder, and inside that folder, we have both the MUS files as well as the PDF files for all the various different instruments. So if somebody wanted to, again, put a couple of musicians together, didn't want to go through the trouble of arranging, we've done it. We're more than willing to share that resource because we've gotten from other people resources that have helped us. So we're like, okay, we're gonna give that back. It is currently not linked. Again, we do, copyright is always a concern, and let's face it. So we don't have it linked to our webpage. But if anybody's interested, I'm going to again distribute my email address at the end. I'll send you the link to the Google Drive for anything that you may need for your organization, for your group. Go ahead and pull it down, and all the music is there. Again, it's a full PDF format. All you have to do is print it, or if you want to go and make some changes, it also has the MUS file, which again, music time that we use. That's what it's based. We were talking about doesn't Finale also use MUS? And I think it's a different MUS, which is kind of silly. But if anybody's interested, we'd be more than happy to
We have
share.
our emails connected. So
Correct.
we're all-
So you and I are good. I think I even sent you the link at one point in time for it. But if not, be happy to share that. Yeah. So that's again for us. We decided because you got band members who join, and somebody loses something. I don't have to print stuff out for them. Just go to Google Drive, find your part, print it out. If you have any, take a look at it. If you have any suggestions, anything that I can improve, okay, send it back to me. I don't have to send it out. Just I put it back on the Google Drive, and ready to download. Go find it, and you're good. So that's been a good way for us to, when a new member joins, just to go there, print out what you need. Easy.
Start playing.
Yeah. All right, that's my contribution. I like the page turner piece. That's good. I will definitely look at that. Yeah. Here.
So the newer ones there, you
Here's a picture.
can sophisticated.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So mine's a little bulkier.
Yeah.
Right, but I've had it for a year and a half already. But that's much more streamlined, and it's also supposed to be easier to turn on and off. Mine, you have to, not necessarily futz with it, but you have to pay attention to make sure that,
It's turned off.
yeah, otherwise, well, in order to turn it off, basically just let it time out if there's lack of activity.
Okay.
The battery has always lasted a long time.
Okay.
And if it stops, I can just go plug it in, play a couple of tunes, and it's already charged, and bring it back, so
Okay.
it's never.
They were not available. Yeah. Now, do you guys
Not a
keep
big issue.
putting music as backup?
We don't have printed music, we just know our tunes.
Okay. Okay.
The only thing that I have is, all of my lyrics, I use on song, but, which is resident on the tablet, but it's all stored up in my Dropbox.
Okay. So same Google Cloud Drive. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all up there. In fact, for the band, we have a shared drive also when we're learning new tunes and things, that we have the tunes up there, so share, the same thing like Google Drive.
Okay. Yeah.
So when we learn new music, we literally just learn it and we memorize it.
And your group can do that. Yeah. So you guys. Okay. Yeah. We have some of our members who can do that, but there's quite a few who just need that music because otherwise they're going to have a hard time finding their way.
Sure.
So yeah.
Well, you have to play enough to make it worthwhile to remember it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, this looks easy enough. So
I'm going through this transition period, which is a lot of music I've memorized, I know it,
yeah.
but I don't want to play it without the music in front of me, not for the music notes, but for the timing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because
So that helps
for
you out.
plotlers, it's extremely important.
Yeah,
Timing
yeah.
is so important, and then that helps me, looking at the music helps me keep the time.
Give the time. Okay, I hear you.
And I know the notes, that's not the issue.
Yeah.
It's-
Sticking
Or
with
or
that.
the one reason you read the notes.
Yeah, I was looking. I mean, I bring a big music stand. I mean, for example, coming down from Sacramento, it's kind of a pain to put that big music stand in the trunk, right? Because where do you fit in? It'd be nice to have one of those fold-up ones that you guys bring.
Fold-up ones are nice, yeah.
But my binder is so heavy. On the fold-up one, it's always an adventure, right? So I'm like, I'm going to bring the big one or something like this.
You bring all those big books full of music, right?
There you go.
So for lyrics, I just reverse it, so it's black in the background.
Yeah.
And that way when I'm on the stand, it's
You can
really,
read it.
really easy for me to see. It doesn't matter what the lighting is on stage, and also uses less energy.
Yeah.
Now, the title of that song,
Yeah.
Bring Me a Beer.
Yeah.
Bring me a beer.
Yeah, but the melody is to I'm a Believer from the Monkees.
Oh, really?
And it's done by Toplauer, Boom.
Das war immer ihr Lieber.
That's great.
So they're a Bavarian group that they kind of combine some, not true heavy metal, but the old type style.
Okay.
So they play a couple of AC/DC tunes, like Highway to Hell and TNT, but with a Hohner accordion, and like a backbeat ska kind of beat, but still like an oompa kind of.
Yeah.
Going. It's
And with Bavarian lyrics then with it.
no, those two it's
Just to
English.
keep it, okay,
Yeah, it's
okay,
English,
yeah.
but you can, it's still captures the.
Yeah. I like the white on black because it does because lighting is
I
always
don't know
interesting,
about
right?
music, but for lyrics, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Have you
I think
considered?
the other way would be better for the music notes, but for the
Yeah,
reading.
just from being used to it, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like reading negative music. I want to be positive.
Have you considered a Kindle at all? I mean, of course, the iPad is going to be more flexible, but because I love the screen on the Kindle, just from reading perspective, I mean, just looking at it, it's so much crisper and cleaner. But this one does a trick for you.
Yeah, well, I use this for more than just this.
Yeah. Okay.
Kindle's a Kindle.
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised because it's technically Android, right? It's a modified version of Android, so you can do a fair amount of stuff with Kindle even. And a lot of people don't know that, but I know for musicians, the Apple side just happens to make a lot more sense.
I'm the only one in the band that has an Apple. The other guys have. One guy has a large Windows tablet
Okay.
of some sort, and the other guys have Windows tablets as well.
Same software then, the OnSong?
I think they're using something else. So a couple of the guys, they're just using like a Windows type background with PDFs.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it works for them.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys have 5, right? Or 6?
5.
5. Okay. So, yeah.
And the drummer doesn't use an iPad very much.
Okay.
He just listens.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't listen.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't have a MIDI knock in his head?
No. Good idea.
Yeah, not with live. With what kind of music you guys probably play? You probably be able to so. Any other? I mean, I know we didn't plan a whole lot for this.
No.
We were thinking
But
a
I
couple.
think there's some good ideas.
I think we're hoping for some spoon people to come maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of Liffenspieler.
Who was here that was playing spoons last night?
Oh, there were a bunch of them. There was Adam,
I saw Lisa pull hers out.
Lisa
Yes,
pulled
yes.
hers
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
Kurt.
You play spoons?
No, we hate them.
Why?
Right.
Was the 3 off?
It's usually when we're playing on stage,
They-
not you guys,
But other people.
but there are other people, they just show up with a spoon, it's like, will you stop whacking that shit? We're trying to work up
We're
here.
working
You're
hard
good
to
for
entertain you and you're playing out,
Oktoberfest
there's no making out of the
performance,
racket, right?
No, it was actually, no, it wasn't anyone talking. It was this lady that always followed us around with her husband.
A group?
And she
Yeah.
just,
And it's like, and we're not even playing German music at all.
You're still playing spoons with that
And
one.
I just kind of done like, really?
yeah, it's.
Hey, strangers in the night with spoons, you know? No, okay, back.
No. Maybe with forks.
Start playing Italian music, you can stop playing the spoons.
I don't think so.
It's all okay.
If the mood struck her, she just went at it. It was actually kind of comical, but after a while.
So it was against your music, or was it actually she was trying to be with your music, with the beat?
I'd like to think she was trying to be with it, not against it.
Okay, see what you said. Okay,
She
got
was
you.
probably
Yeah.
trying, but not.
She was with it, we were against it.
Sometimes
Well,
it
it's just
doesn't.
distracting, because if it's
Yeah,
not,
sure.
if it's not complimentary to what you're playing,
Right.
you're like,
Oh yeah.
because is it loud or is it soft?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it
Amazingly, louder than even we're playing, and we don't
Really?
really play loud,
Yeah.
I don't think.
Does she stay in time? Probably not.
I didn't want to go
You
there.
don't want to
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah, not necessarily.
I got the answer.
Yeah. It's like, you ever, not with the Schuhplattlers, but one of the things for us too, sometimes, depending where we play, like at Alpine Village, for example, we play all styles, right?
Okay.
And the one thing we learned very quickly is to know whose feet not to look at while we're playing and they're dancing.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Because you ask yourself the question, how do they put what they're doing with their feet to what we're playing?
Yeah.
Probably
Because
not.
it's not in time, it's just their own.
I hate to
like-
pick on engineers, but there's a lot of engineers in the world.
so they're-
Don't pick on me.
We have one of our dancers as well, who is an engineer, and he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. But when it comes to like rhythm and feeling the music, and he tries so hard, he practices so much. But it's one of those things that's really hard to teach, right? And if somebody doesn't have it, it really
No, it's
develops
not, that's
quiet.
not unique to engineers, because
I know, yeah.
Okay with the timing, you know, I can understand.
And I teach computer science. I deal with them a lot, right? But it's like, you know, hey, there are some people who just yeah. You don't look at their feet, yeah. Try to help them maybe, but I don't want
Try to help them.
No, we help them by just
Play.
keep playing, and look the other
Play a
way.
little louder, right?
Now, usually what I do is I hit EB, the guitar player next to me, and go, hey, dude, check that out. So, oh!
Now you don't use music much at all.
No,
So you actually just listen.
yeah, mostly, yeah.
He started off as a piano player.
Yeah, I've played other instruments, piano, clarinet, things. But I've always, which means I can use music when I'm learning something, and sometimes it's more helpful than trying to learn something complicated off of a recording if you've got printed music
Yeah.
too.
Right.
It's so much
it helps.
easier.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I essentially, for me,
I think if you
the
can hear
button
the,
box is
if
a
you can
memory
hear the music
instrument.
in your head, you can
So-
play it without the music.
So,
You just gotta hear it.
yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, I can just hear. I know you are as well. Picking up pretty quick. Just the way we were changing things yesterday. But it's like, the complicated stuff too. It's so nice to have a piece of paper to kind of work on the nuances. Okay, that's how they're
It's
getting
like a crutch.
Yeah. I mean, it's more detail for me, I guess, as well. Yeah, it's usually for me too. It's like if a folk song, if I hear it a couple times, okay, I put the chords together, if I in C or F major. Yeah, it's the details then. Yeah. So.
And most people will say after about 10 of those songs, why do they all sound the same?
Well, that's one of the things with our group actually, because we don't just do plattlers, and maybe I should have mentioned that as well, because we do a lot of the Austrian dances as well. So actually, nobody's really ever said that to us, because we have a much broader repertoire than that. So we do a lot of the figure dances. Notice our girls don't wear hats. With most of the dances that we do,
Figure dance, okay.
the feathers will be toast in a heartbeat. So it's
With our group, we also do a fair amount of Austrian repertoire, and for those dances, the women take their hats off, so it's always a complicated hats on, hats off. Try and work in some march-ons and march-offs so that it's not all that obvious that we're just getting...
stripping and then putting them back together.
Yeah. So, but that does keep it more interesting for especially the lay people who don't know Bavarian Austrian dance from anything else. When you're into Schuhplattler, you recognize the nuances between each one. This one, Mr. But the lay person, first time they've ever seen it, you could line up 6 completely different dances and it all looks the same.
Yeah, as you were saying too.
Yeah. I'm talking about the lay people.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah. For us, I mean, that's I look at who we perform for, right? And of course, this is part of it. But the rest of the time, we are performing for folks who are coming to an Oktoberfest once a year. Yeah. And so, if we were to do 6 plattlers in a row, they're like, okay, why don't you just do 6 times the same dance? Right? Yeah. And so for us, we do a lot of the Figurentanz, the Tiroler, the Unterstyle. So we throw a lot of the different ones in for us. And it's been a tradition in our group from way before when I first came. We started actually more as an Austrian, and then kind of went Bavarian a bit more. So that's the origins.
Yeah, our origins of our group was both Bavarian and Austrian, so it was sort of a melding from the beginning.
Yeah.
We've moved our style more towards Bavarian, especially in the Schuhplattler, but we've kept a lot of and have actually added to the Austrian dances.
Yeah. And those are real pretty. I mean, they're the ladies like them too.
Oh yeah.
Like somebody was singing, was joking with the Plattler last night. They were doing a different Plattler. Or ladies, by the way, you're part of this.
Yeah, you just spin and spin and spin and spin.
No matter what they play, keep spinning.
In one way, it's kind of sad, because for us, the ladies love it. And actually, I was talking with the Vancouver group.
Yeah.
And they did the Dirndlradl in San Francisco last year, which is an all-girls dance.
Dirndlradl?
In the Dirndlradl, yeah. And our group saw it, we've picked it up, our girls love it, and the audiences love it. I mean, okay, let's face it, there's something kind of cool about a bunch of pretty girls, and
going
kind of
through
in a row,
on the floor.
Yeah.
It would be best seen from above, though, to see the patterns better.
Almost, yeah. I'll take a half, please, yeah.
I'll get one. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But, that
No,
was
I
very
heard
helpful.
something about that a few days, maybe a week ago or something, that the Dirndlradl actually came from Holland.
And see, I heard they made it up in Calgary. I heard that.
The clogging.
Oh, the clogging.
It comes from the Netherlands.
Oh, like the foot movement.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
exactly.
Oh,
It
okay, I
comes from
see.
the Netherlands, yeah.
Because the actual pattern as it is now came from a club in Calgary, and Vancouver picked it up.
Yeah.
But
They
this
actually,
is way back.
there was there,
But you're right, the foot
in
movement.
The clogging
Canada,
is-
and we sometimes have gone to it when it's near enough by. They have a Western Canada Schuhplattler.
Yeah.
And it was at one of those that Siri taught that dance to the women. She's from Calgary.
Yeah.
And I think she had added the stomp in it.
Okay.
Our women took that out. They thought it wasn't ladylike enough. Although, if it's done delicately enough, I think it adds a lot to the dance.
For us, they're not actually stomping, but
It's
you can
just a
definitely hear
heavier
you can hear the one. You can
It's a
definitely hear the
heavier,
one. Yeah.
just a heavier step.
Yeah.
Well, the clogging is
Right,
So you
right,
have
yeah,
to
and
have
I can see where the plugging can come in. Oh yeah, I can very much see that.
Yeah.
But no, that's, I mean, but the ladies just love that one. You know,
Yeah.
and even the guys, I mean, just watching it, you know, it's like, hey, this is cool.
Well, and
you
it
know?
gives the guys a rest because there are a number of dances we do that
Plattas.
are all
Yeah.
all guys. You know, there's the ambos polka, there's
Yeah, yeah.
the Holzhacker, there's all these dances at Bonkeltons that are all guy dances.
It's all guys
It's
dances.
nice to like put an all
Give the
women's
girls a
dance
chance.
after it and give them a breather.
Do you guys know of any other all women's dances? Our dance leader has looked. Our Vortänzerin has looked, and it's like, do we have any others? And
Other
she's
than
like,
Dirndl
other than Dirndl, we haven't
We
found any.
haven't found any.
So
Yeah.
there's a Marktlücke, as they would say in Germany. There's a market gap. So it needs to be met because like. Yeah, someone needs to put together a couple more women's dances. Because
Yeah.
like our girls just absolutely don't. No, so there's a caboose, there's an engine in the caboose, basically,
Yeah.
if you will. So a certain number, they do with 6 and with 8. Here's the one trouble, and that's why for us live musicians, it's important to talk about. They don't always end at the same time, depending on the number of people and depending on the pattern split. So what I actually had to do on our version, I built a repeat at the end, where we just basically take one piece and
So you
repeat
get
it.
the number one back to where it belongs.
So that they can finish and then the band finishes. So of course they can listen to the pattern. But so with live music, you would have a really hard time doing it unless you at some point in time fade it, or you or you actually you know, just turn off the music, or you know.
Yeah.
With a band, you can finish it right. You know.
Yeah, and well, our women try and time it so that they end with the music, but they do have that option of if they do run over, I will keep playing.
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah, you
leave
won't
them out
stop.
there
Yeah.
without
Leave them out
music.
there hanging to dry, right?
Yeah, no, that was a really nice addition. If you want that, you know, if any groups interested, I have the Dirndl idol in here.
No, I want to because I think it'd be a good thing
Great dance.
for our women to think of. So I'd really like to have that one.
Yeah, it's fully available again with all the instrumentation that I mentioned. It's all right there and easy download. We do keep most of it in C and F. Again, if somebody wants to do the button box, we don't have one, but so there's that. But some of them do go. Actually, this one, the Dirndl goes into B flat, I think, at one point in time too.
Well, it goes, it's played in F and B flat.
Yeah, I think it's F and so.
I
Well,
think there's
yeah,
also a part
the
in
way
C.
the way I play it, the beginning theme is in C, and
Yeah.
then go to G, and then back to C, and then to F.
Okay, so you got the same
It
like
goes
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The F to C to F to B flat.
So he starts on a different. He starts on a different
I
key.
start
then.
in a different key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, once you have it in MIDI or in that format,
You can change it to
change
whatever
it.
you want.
I mean, that's kind of, you know, where the Ray Tucker would put it together for us is like the entire library was in MIDI. So if we had to make any adjustments or anything like that, it's all right there. And it's, you know, and if you know your way a little bit around that computer, it's not hard to do at all. So yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what do you play?
Oh, I don't really play anything, but I try a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I play the alphorn, but
Oh, okay.
French horn, tenor horn,
Okay.
baritone. Practice on the button box.
Okay.
Lots of everything. Not good at anything.
Okay. Well, I will tell you the baritone for us. We have a guy who plays it, and he's an anthropologist, archaeologist. So he'll be on field stuff, and he'll be gone for weeks at a time. So when he's not there, I miss him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that baritone, that nice middle in there, because we know we have the bass, we have the string bass as well as the tuba, we have the trumpets, but that middle line, and we usually write a really nice line, kind of melodic.
And it's also a nice instrument just to play with an accordion.
Yeah.
They mix very well.
Yeah.
Well, they have they have a name for it. I think in Czechoslovakia or something around that area, or the Bavarian Czechoslovakian border. They have They have a typical baritone and button box.
Oh, and a
Play
combination,
together.
yeah, okay.
I have a name for it, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
As we have a fellow who sometimes plays baritone with me, although now that his wife started dancing, she wants him to dance with him all the time.
I was
So,
looking for that.
yeah, he joined our group to play along with me, and it was a blast. Every now and then he pulls it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the guy that has the Troxton shop in Lee?
Hans Menzinger, yeah.
Menzinger.
Menzinger,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
His wife and him came over to, right here, I think they had some affair, and his wife and him, he played a baritone. It might not have been a baritone, but pretty close.
Yeah,
You know,
Ingrid,
a
and
flat
she-
horn or something, and she played button box.
Yeah,
And they played a lot of
It was
music.
nice, yeah.
A lot of music with it for that.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, in fact, she taught that basket dance they were doing last night at the Toledo Gauverband.
Okay.
They did, yeah. Except they were doing it to Borischer music rather than a polka.
Okay.
It, you can do it to any music, you can do a waltz
Yeah.
music, anything, but it's just fun dance.
Well, I guess this would then add a question of mine. I've never been to a Gauverband, so my wife and I and one of our dancers, one of the other guys, are signed up to go this summer. We're going to go check it out.
Yeah,
So, from a musician's perspective,
it's like this on steroids.
Yeah.
so
It's like
I
this
kind of
on
what I've heard.
steroids.
So, do I need to? Should I bring my accordion?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
What-
Most
so-
definitely.
Okay, so are there musicians' workshops?
Yeah, there are
yeah.
musicians'
There are.
workshops. There's also a musician's room where people can play, and there is a dance floor so people can dance along if they feel like it. Sometimes there's organized things in there, like I think this year there'll be a folk dance workshop at some point.
Okay.
And sometimes there's been like a musician's Stammtisch, which is always fun, where it just goes around the table.
And they hand out music.
Yeah.
We don't
And
have any
it's-
visitors now.
It's a, yeah,
They do.
it's a great alternative to, some of the other things that are going on that musicians don't necessarily get involved with.
One of the Gaufests I went to, they actually had musicians from Germany, and they did Entwicklung der Stubenmusik.
Okay.
Which was Stubenmusik and the development of Stubenmusik. So they just, how Stubenmusik developed, and then they played something, and then it progressed, and Stubenmusik became this, and they played something else. It was just the whole progression of Stubenmusik.
Oh,
It was
nice.
very, very nice. And they handed out music.
Okay.
It's
So
really
it's-
wonderful.
It's really nice.
Music is so hard to come by.
Be prepared to play all the time though if you bring a button box. To Gaufest.
Oh, yeah, with the chord, yeah.
There's always a need
yeah.
for you guys everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
Music, what's the guy that had the music in the gallery?
Rick Michaels.
Oh, the music class? Yeah.
You know?
I met him briefly at the delegates meeting last year. Yes, yeah.
He's an excellent button box player.
Okay.
Real knowledgeable on.
He's very good
But,
accordionist.
yeah, almost never hear him because he's so busy at Galfest being an officer. He's an excellent player too.
Okay.
But they do have Musikanten workshops, and they've done in the past, they just have Steirische workshop too. I always go to the Musikanten workshop because it's fun just to sit there. And then they'll have singing also.
I've been to singing ones.
With
too.
Okay.
and they had, Anita Knoll, she knows,
She knows everything.
She knows everything. So they're really fun. Our group is going to do a group prize plotting, and we have a number of ours, as you saw today, doing the prize plotting. And so, it's hard to take the accordion across the country. I actually contacted people in Milwaukee, so I have an accordion I could borrow.
That's good, yeah. The soft case I can put in an overhead bin.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The
Okay.
Steirische
Oh,
is
nice.
easy. The piano
Yeah.
accordions are bigger, they're harder to get.
So easy.
Yeah.
Well, for me, because my accordion has traveled on the aircraft a couple times. I just stuff the box. I mean, just so there's no movement basically inside. And they usually, when I take it to the counter to check in, I put a fragile stick around it.
Yeah.
And I have not had any problems with it.
That's good.
I mean,
I do have a hard case for my instrument, but
That's what Josh Reel did, is he got
Yeah.
a metal box made for both his accordion and for Steirische.
Oh, you did?
So
Okay.
he could travel, because he was going to Europe.
Right. Goes all over.
yeah.
And he didn't want damage.
Yeah. So as I said, I have it's a hard case, but I just put frankly clothes in there,
Yeah.
right? I mean, just
Yeah.
basically stuff it so it just will not move.
Yeah.
Whatever corners, I try to put something else. And so far, it's been good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's accordion's flown. I want to say 4 or 5 times, and no issues.
Yeah.
So.
Now it's more difficult to get the accordions on board because
They don't fit. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, the Steirische still fit.
the
but-
Steirische is
yeah.
okay, but the piano accordions
Yeah,
are.
they've made the bin smaller.
Yeah, at one of the Gaufests, during the evening, there was a guy walking around with a Hono Molino, which is a very expensive
yeah.
accordion.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Slatko Ausenik with the Oberkreiner play. And it was beautiful. I heard him coming, and he walked by, and his stuff was all taped up.
Oh, my.
And then I asked him, the guy was from Pennsylvania, and he says, I had to give it up and put it on board of the plane, and he said it was damaged so bad. He said, I took it to have it repaired, and they said it isn't even worth repairing.
Yeah.
So I said, I just put it together myself. He said, because, it's an expensive accordion.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
yeah.
it was.
So he said, now if I go on a plane, I just carry it with me and I put it on my lap.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're flying in the right class, they'll take care of it for you, right? But it's not on Southwest. So,
Higher prices.
Those are
Yeah.
they're like, 16, 17,000 euro,
Yeah.
15,000
Really high,
euro
yeah,
on
yeah.
Moreno,
They're supposed to let you take your instruments up here
They are,
yeah,
by law.
yeah.
by law.
But depending on the size, they will also make you buy a separate seat. So I was flying from Frankfurt to Tallinn, Estonia a couple of years ago, and the guy brought in a cello.
Well,
And he had to buy a separate seat for that cello.
So you're gonna, depends on how big the
Same
instrument
price
is,
as
right?
you are.
it would depend on the size of the case, but I never, my saxophones, anything, it always goes with me on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the small
And-
seat, yeah, but
And I don't get angry.
right,
I use a lot of honey
yeah,
on my plane. Yeah, but the stewardess usually, even something that doesn't fit in the overhead,
they'll find a way.
they
Yeah.
can find a place up
But you
there.
said it was a law, I mean, they know this law that says,
Yeah, I know about it through, because I'm a union musician.
Okay.
Of course, I haven't played a union gig in I don't know how long.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why I keep paying the dues, but through that, there's a lot of congressional laws and things that have been, because there have been guys with Stradivarius.
Yeah.
Very expensive instruments.
Yeah, there's one guy I saw, something on phase 2, where the guy had, I don't think it was a Martin guitar, it was another a Taylor
Oh,
guitar.
okay, yeah.
And he had traveled, and there's a passenger on the plane that said, oh, look, they're throwing instruments around outside.
Oh.
And the owner, the musician, he looks out the window, only to find that it's his guitar. That's thrown out, and it's like obliterated. The neck of his guitar was broken. Yeah.
You don't want to put anything in check luggage and
What came out of that was the airline wouldn't fix it. They wouldn't own up to it. So he wrote a song, and put it on YouTube. And Taylor actually gave him 2 guitars. and thanked him for the advertisement because he put it up on YouTube, and it's actually quite a clever song.
Yeah.
oh my
So it's
God,
pretty.
that's really good.
So and so graphically showing like the handlers on the guitar and passing it back and forth. Oh, oops! It shows him playing it with a duct tape.
Oh, no.
It was pretty funny.
don't fly on this airline.
Yeah.
Well, it was,
Yeah, like, I mean, if I could take it on board, I would. But it's like with the big boxes, like you just can't. It just, I mean, yeah. Like I said, if you, I didn't have an instrument with me. One time I flew to Germany for business class. Oh yeah, they'll find a spot, but on Southwest.
But if that's the case, you travel enough, then you have an handle case.
Right.
Just drop it off.
Right. Yeah.
By handle or something like that.
It was a metal case with rivet joints. I mean, it was really strong. I mean, that was the button box was thinner one and the accordion was thin.
But then you pay $800 for a case.
Well, I don't know.
But if the instrument is $15,000, all of a sudden
Right,
the case
he-
is worth it, right?
He
Yeah.
just wanted
In the long run, yes.
Yeah.
There are cases like that, you said that, what's it called?
Handle, which is just one particular manufacturer, but there are many of them hard cases.
To just fit it in.
For an accordion, probably all you want to do is have a trunk made where your accordion case, because your accordion case is made so the instrument fits and it's held snug.
Right.
If your case though is old and it's kind of sloppy inside, then you probably want to get yourself a more of a custom case where the instrument is nice and snug, and then that's if you do a lot of traveling, and then have yourself a road case. The touring companies that have electronic gear, they have what's called double shock mounted rack cases. So these racks inside they're shock mounted.
Oh, so they're even inside the
case.
okay, yeah.
Those are big bucks, but of course the electronics in it's even more. And so it's all relative. You're gonna replace your gear. When you get to the concert location, you do want to perform.
And that wasn't broken, whatever it was.
Well, yeah. If it's busted, you bust the step.
You're not performing anyway, yeah, or not like you should be.
It's other than a flying C-130 where you watch how you guys pack your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Not excessive.
I mean, I say that, I know you know, but I've been in the military for now 34 years, so I'm in the Air National Guard.
Thank you for
So when
service.
I say C-130, we palletize.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're taking care of our own.
We're gonna take, you
Our
know
own
how to
cargo,
fly.
yeah, we're gonna put it in the safe place.
My
You
younger
drop it like parachute out the back?
We don't trap it out the back without a parachute.
My younger son is Army. He did air assault, so the loading of helicopters and things like that. So he's familiar. Yeah. Yeah, most of us don't travel on our own private planes. It would be nice, but okay, so definitely bring my accordion to Gauverband. So that's
If you can wrap it up,
I'll
be
talk
it
to that,
secure. I just didn't want to take that because I have the option of borrowing from the Milwaukee group.
Yeah.
The Gauverband is a blast.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very.
Well, I heard talking actually with Merrily and with Eric and with Adam at Gamma. And with you a little bit, but we didn't talk about that topic. Well, we talked about what goes on at Gauverband. So, like, I heard about a theme night, for example, like it was like a Harley Davidson,
The last
I guess.
night.
Yeah,
last
last
night. And then
Officially after the Gauverband and
right,
after the Gauverband.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, so I guess I really need to read myself into some of the things because like we got to Gamma, we were highly underprepared because we weren't. So the second one was the first night was more like a costume night, the second one was more like a gala. So we weren't ready for a gala. So when in Cologne, when I go up to Carnival, I don't dress up. I mean, I do, but not formal, right? Whereas Gamma, the second night is almost formal. So we're kind of like at this point, I'm okay, now we need to get into this to make sure that we know we have all the right clothing and the right preparation.
The banquet, you definitely want to be in a fest trough.
Yeah.
But,
Everyone's in Festracht on Saturday night.
yeah.
And there's always a Feldmesse.
Saturday
church
afternoon.
service.
Yeah. So did we start Thursday or Friday? Start Thursday, actually,
Thursday.
right?
Thursday night. It's
Friday.
Bekanntschaftsabend. Everybody gets to know each other.
Yeah, because we fly on Thursday afternoon, so that should work. Okay. Yeah.
And Friday is probably the Einzelpreisparty.
Einzel is
Workshop.
Friday.
Oh, it's Friday, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Workshops, and then Saturday, the Preisplatten.
yeah.
And then it's the Feldmesse, and
Yeah.
then the formal, and then Sunday's the picnic, and then the after party.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah, I need to buy my actual tickets. We bought the reserved hotel, bought the plane tickets. And one of the reasons I'm flying Southwest because I figured I would have to, if I want to bring the accordion, they give me the extra luggage, so they still give me the two free pieces of luggage. So yeah. Okay, good. Well, I shall look forward to that. So I'm glad. Thank you for that. All right.
Milwaukee should be a lot of people too.
Yeah, I imagine they have such a big
In
German
June, we have
community.
3 Schuhplattler groups in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about flying the week before because now it's Summerfest, the week the week before. But actually, I'm going to be in Germany for a couple of weeks, so I'm going to be at the Schützenfest in my hometown, so that'll be at least as much. Okay, close to enough. It's not that much fun, so it's usually a good time. So, yeah. I'm from Köln, by the way, from Cologne, right outside. So
He's from
That's
Düsseldorf.
funny. No, I'm not.
I thought it was just
you're from Düsseldorf? Oh, good. All right.
Hey, I mean, at this point, I'm American, but
Yeah.
I was born in Ludwigsburg,
Ludwigsburg, beautiful castle.
but I was only 2.5 months old when we immigrated. So
Okay.
my parents are actually from Ostdeutsch,
Okay.
or what was, and my dad's born in a town called Koch, and my mother's from Bielefeld.
Beautiful. That's far.
So my dad was within bicycle riding distance to date my mom.
Okay.
Right, so So it wasn't, and even for Poch, because it's not far from, what's that other town? It wasn't that far from Berlin.
Okay.
I think that'll tell you, but, yeah, I had a chance in 2009 with the Air Force. I went over and played for a big fest. NATO, it was called NATO Fest. So
Okay.
there were like this 6 or 7 military bands, and it's a fundraiser. We play at the, there in Kaiserslautern, there's a big soccer stadium.
Yeah, that's in bed.
Yeah, so that's where we performed.
That's my shot.
Yeah, so there were about 15 of us from the States that flew over to help beef up the
Army band, Air Force band.
the Air Force band in Europe.
Yeah.
Do you want help?
Called DC.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool because I flew a little earlier than my daughter in Berlin. We spent a few days up there before I actually reported for JDS. So Maybach is
I've heard of Maybach. Yeah, I couldn't place enough.
which is where my dad was actually born. So I stayed at the house he was born in.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
nice.
Which is his uncle Alan was living in at the time. So it was kind of cool for him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was from East Germany as well. So my grandparents were driven out of the Sudetenland after World War II. So my mom was born in near Leipzig, East Germany. But my dad's family is always been from Poland. So they fled using Berlin subway at the time, and then they were going to a refugee camp in Hamburg. Because my grandfather had mining experience there. And that's a cool area. There was a lot of service. Baumkohle, as they call it. So that's how I call that. But yeah. Born in Köln. So this it's strange for me to be wearing the that's people see
But
pictures
it's
of
good
me.
color on you.
It seems to work somewhat. But it's like, people look at me, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, that's the way to keep it up. So when if you were here earlier,
You go like this, you say big picture in German.
if you were here earlier, trust me, as part of in between, I put in a few Kirche songs.
He was climbing around, that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's that? What is that fight song for your?
Yeah.
football team?
I'm gonna take it that circle though. Oh yeah, so that's one of the best soccer fan hymns that you will ever find. Yes. Interestingly based on a Scottish melody, Ben Lamont or Loch Lamont. I think that's what it was. Yeah, but it's one of the best fight songs out there. I just look at YouTube, Cologne soccer fan hymn, and just like the entire stadium going.
Not a lot of celebrating going up there right now.
Yes. Okay. Info@alpentensor.com. Alpentensor?
jmansax@gmail.com. It's a little shorter.
What was that?
jmansax.
jmansax@gmail.com? Okay. Alpentensor.com is not that difficult. All right, okay, jmansax.
My thumbs will be weary at the end.
Are you kidding? Is that AE in?
Actually, just A.
Just A.
Yeah.
So you're pronouncing the umlaut without.
Yes. So it's there, but it's not.
So it's not AE.
It's not AE. No.
I would have put
So
AE.
Alpentanzer for here, but yeah. So
Yeah.
info@alpentanzer.com. You definitely get you there. So you said jmansax@gmail.com. Okay. All
What's
right.
your last name?
Geissler. Geissler. Also, if that's now that you've got that typed in, my other email is geisslerm@gmail.com.
And your first name is?
Marcus. Markus.
Of course.
It's the German way, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So send me emails. Otherwise, you can reach me through alpentensor.com, and I'm the artistic director for us. So any emails that come, just send them to me, and then I'd be happy to. What I will do is I'll send you the resource for. I'll send you the PDF. Let me see if I can build in those links. That's a good point. From the in the index, so it automatically gets you to those songs. The hyperlinks that shouldn't be difficult to do at all.
Yeah.
And then
Your email one more time.
Geissler M. Golf Echo India.
Oh, M.
Yeah, Golf Echo India, Sierra, Lima Echo Romeo, Mike @gmail.com. And that's from 2 years in the German military. I was an artillery FO. So.
Artillery.
M109 battery. Yeah, in the I was still in during the Cold War. I was still fighting Soviets and East Germans. And 3 months after I left the German military, they decided that Lieutenant Geisler, once he was out, he was no longer an imminent threat, so now in the wall. Is he gone? Is he really gone? Okay, we're safe. Let's move on.
No, I just got back a little while ago. I had to go take Jill, drop her down. Should take a little
I'll share. Speak it up. I wasn't a lieutenant quite yet. So I got a phone call. I'm living in Sacramento.
I'm sorry, one more time. Because I put in the other notification. What's the outcome?
Alpentensor, ALPEN, oh, the email address you mean?
Yeah.
info@alpentensor.com. So in Germany, you can't become a lieutenant until after 3 years from the military. So I was only in it for 2. So I get a phone call in Sacramento.
Wait a minute, I need to do the math. Hold on a second.
Yeah, of course, guys, I swear.
I have to do the math.
Yes.
How'd you do that?
Do what?
To be a lieutenant, you have to be in for 3 years.
Right. So technically, it's the first reserve exercise. We'll do it for you. Well, because I was already here. I never went to the reserve exercise. Like after 3 years of being quote unquote a member, I actually got my commission. So I got a phone call. Is your name Marcus? Yeah. Were you born on such and such? Yeah. Did you ever serve in the German military? Yeah. Were you going to become an officer? Okay, who is this? And it turns out they sent my commission to the Consulate General in San Francisco, and at the time, at Mather Air Force Base in Sacramento, they had a navigator training unit for the German Air Force. So on my commission, I wrote post-it note, probably Sacramento. And there was and I had started playing accordion for the tour ride. And there was a guy who was a volunteer for the flight navigator unit, who was also known for turn prize. Marcus, it would have to be that guy. So that's how they found me, and then I was actually, so I got my commission at the Mather Air Force Base. Civil close.
You just made a comment about the Air Force?
Yes. I know you said National Guard, but you were an Army fan. So.
I did it wrong.
But they found us. Should have gone to Canada. Oh, sorry, that's a good number. Sorry. All right. Well, very nice to meet you, gentlemen. Yeah. Well, the day is young, as they say, so there should be. I think that they're going to need some music. Yeah. And they're supposed to start at 12 minutes ago. So.
You're running a half hour
Supposed
later.
to be right here. Yeah. Well, now it's going like 45 minutes, but yeah.